The city of Portland needed a new cable director, and of the 3 finalists, David was the one that irritated Mildred Schwab the least. But it wasn't long before they realized David believed in Einstein's concept of time.
Einstein's concept of time?
David Olson believes time is totally relative.
We needed more staff. Everyone was assembled in council chambers to begin the work session, but no David. 45 minutes later, David walks into chambers with a flat tire around his neck, and he says, "Sorry to be late. I had a flat tire." Council approves the staff.
David acquires an English bulldog, which he names Bella. I guess wherever David went, Bella went too. So I was chairing a meeting of the Cable Commission, and suddenly I hear this rather rude sound coming from right under where David's sitting. David had hidden Bella under his chair. She was snoring or having intestinal difficulties. We were all trying to figure out where and what the sound was. David's pretending to hear nothing, while the rep from AT&T knows it's Bella and is struggling not to laugh.
In 1998, David Olson recommended that we commit to an open access network, one that required all the cable modem platforms be open so that anybody could use any provider they wanted. Rick Thayer, attorney for AT&T, said, "I hope you have a really big budget." The lawsuit went all the way to the Supreme Court. It was a stand that David made for an open internet at a time when people didn't see how important that was going to be. We won the battle in the courtroom. The Wall Street Journal called Portland Cable Commission the mouse that roared. It showed what's possible when somebody like David takes a stand. In the end, AT&T convinced the FCC to change the law. David versus Goliath. Yeah, probably more like BAMBI versus Godzilla. But I think it really made a difference.
No job was too big or too small for David. Portland had applied to be home of Google's experimental fiber-to-the-home network, which promised internet connections up to 1 gigabit per second. Portland's geeks and creatives created a new microbrew called Gigabit IPA. David hand-carried kegs of our fresh Gigabit IPA, despite a raging attack of poison oak. Once in New Orleans, David checked into a cheap motel, stashed the Gigabit IPA in the ice-filled bathtub. The next day, presented Portland Gigabit IPA to the mayor of Lafayette and to Google. It was the hit of the conference.
30 years, 1983 to 2012. When David Olson took this job, the city of Portland had no broadband. Today, broadband is available to all Portland homes, and Portland technology has begun to change the world. Nobody knows what David's gonna do next. Whatever it is, David will do it his way.
Who was that masked man, anyway?
Hail Silver!